Hello, social workers, mental health professionals, and change agents. Welcome to another episode of the Social Work Rants podcast. I'm your host, Bas Moreno. Saludos a todos. Greetings, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, tapping in wherever you are watching or listening to this podcast. I appreciate all the love, support. Gracias a todos por su apoyo. Uh, After last week, I'm back with a new episode. It is June. It is Men's Mental Health Month. So shout out to all the men who listen to the podcast or watch the podcast episode. June is also Pride Month. So happy Pride to those who celebrate. Um, Enjoy yourselves. Have a good time in all the different celebrations. Um, there's still a lot to do in this country to make sure you get the rights that you deserve. So, shout out to everybody that celebrates Pride this month. Um, and yeah, uh, it's also Father's Day weekend this weekend as I record this episode. So shout out to all the social work dads out there. Hope you have a great day with your family. That's kind of want to touch on Men's Mental Health Month uh, slash Father's Day. Before I get started, this episode is brought to you by Bass Moreno Consulting, providing financial education for people in this people of color in the sandwich generation, providing financial education. I am looking for clients. You can go on the website, www.bassmoreno.com for more information. This podcast is not to be a substitute for individual therapy or counseling. If you have a mental health crisis or situation, please call 988. Call 911, go to your nearest emergency room. If you have a therapist, call your therapist. If you have a psychiatrist, call your psychiatrist. It's okay not to be okay, but definitely get the help that you need. For all my viewers and listeners that are not in America, whatever your emergency number is, if it is 911, great. If it's not, whatever your emergency number is, definitely reach out and get the help that you need. Um, so yeah, first and foremost, uh, sh- myself being a parent of a teenager and a preteen, shout out to my kids who love me unconditionally. I love them unconditionally. For if you're new to the podcast, my son created the podcast theme song that you hear on the audio side of the podcast. So shout out to my son. Shout out to my daughter. Shout out to my wife. Um, Thank you for loving me. Thank you for supporting me. Keeping quiet when I do my podcast episodes the best you can. I love you guys. Um, and thank you for again loving me unconditionally. It has not been easy. Uh, a wild ride being a parent, living in three different states, uh, divorce, being remarried, home ownership in a new state. Just a wild ride so far. So it's been a journey, and for all the parents that enjoy the journey, um, however bumpy it might be. Um, so yeah, I know with Father's Day coming, Father's Day the last 4 years have does not um, the days like Father's Day. The mornings are usually the more rough for me, especially the last 4 years, because I don't get a phone call for Father's Day from my mom, who I was passed away 4 years ago. So I will had gotten used to up to 2020 getting a Father's Day phone call. So uh, get a little emotional talking about it right now, and who knows what Sunday may bring. So I know the last 3 years, the mornings have been rough, and then the afternoons get and I have a good time with my family. So and my in laws as well. Um, so men and of course started as of January been addressing um my loss in therapy. So for all the men out there, definitely so okay to talk about your feelings, your emotions, cry, um, stop saying man up. Um, you know, definitely talk to somebody. Um, and that person doesn't support you, find the people, find your people, find your tribe who will support you and talk about your feelings and seeking treatment if you feel like you need it. And I know society be like you gotta be the tough man. That that whole machismo thing that's been I know culturally in Hispanic culture, traditionally African American culture that's been a thing, especially um, I'm Gen X, but like obviously my parents and then like grandparents, that generation has been a thing. Is not a thing anymore. So or shouldn't be a thing anymore. So definitely talk to somebody, get the help that you need if you feel like you need, or just talk to somebody, mm, siblings, friends, partner, um, and yeah, men. Tell your men friends, your male friends, normalize, tell them that you love them. Say I love you to your friend. If your best friend is a male, tell your male best friend I love you. Um, Life is short. Anything can happen at any time, anywhere. So let your friends know that you care for them. I tell my male friends, especially my close ones, that love you, bro. And just let them know. You just never know that that love you, bro, might make a huge difference. Somebody might have a bad day or a bad week or whatever, might be going through something quietly and you don't know. So, um, uh, if you read Latinx and Social Work Volume 2, I talk about a male friend who completed suicide. Um, so yeah, it's important to tell your male friends that you love them. So, um, it's not just because this month is men's mental health month. We should be talking about that. July 1st, um, August 1st, September 1st. You know, all day, every day as often as you can, and do that. Um, so, like I said, it's a quick episode. It's Father's Day weekend. I'm excited and looking forward to it. Um, I definitely want to see Inside Out too. I'm a big kid at heart. Part one, the first one was amazing as a social worker. Talk about feelings. So I'm definitely looking forward to the second one. Um, and yeah, um, to all the men that listening, and I know there's like 75% uh, uh, females who listen to this podcast. And shout out to all the females who listen to the podcast, but this episode is strictly for the men. Uh, to all the men who listen, love you, bro. Uh, Thanks for supporting, rocking. There's a lot of dope, incredible male social workers doing amazing work in the field, to my males who listen to the podcast who are not social workers. Shout out to you who watch, listen, and support. And some of y'all been supporting from day one, so I know who you are. Shout out to you guys. A quick episode. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Um, if you want to get on the podcast, reach out to me and we get you on the podcast. I have a quick turnaround. Definitely, I got some free time coming up very soon. So if you want to get on the podcast, and I got some free time available towards the end of June into July. So yeah, get on the podcast. I'm trying to hit the episode 200. So yeah, let me know. Till next time, stay safe. You know, protect your mentals. I talked about that a few episodes ago. There's a lot going on in the world, a lot of negative stuff. We got these wars that are happening, genocide and famine that's happening. Sudan, Congo. I see what's happening in Palestine, um, Russia, Ukraine. We got uh, convicted felon running for president. We got um, Sleepy Joe still hanging in there. So it's just a lot that's happening. So protect your mental health. Um, do what you need to do to protect yourselves. And I'll talk to you all soon. Peace, y'all.